The TED Talk I just watched spoke about how to talk and get people to want to listen to you. And the first thing it started by talking about was the 7 deadly sins of public speaking, or what not to do when public speaking, things that really make people not want to listen to you. This includes gossip, and a little pro tip that I heard about gossiping the other day is just completely random. But if you find yourself saying things like, hey, don't tell anyone, but, or you can't tell anyone I told you, but, anything preceding a statement like that, you're probably gossiping a little too much, but I digress. So gossip, judging, don't be judgmental, negativity, no one likes someone who's just always down, complaining, that kind of ties into negativity, excuses, I'd much rather someone just be honest with me and is like, hey, I forgot to do that thing I told you I was going to do, instead of just being like, oh, I was going to do it, but then this happened, or oh, because like once or twice, yeah, it works, and it makes you feel like, okay, this person's genuine, he just forgot to, but when it happens every single time, you start to just get angry with the person. Exaggeration and dogmatism. And then he goes on to talk about HAIL, which is this acronym which helps you be a better public speaker. And HAIL consists of honesty, just be true to yourself, integrity, authenticity, and love. So I kind of like this, I kind of don't. I feel like honesty, authenticity, and integrity all kind of can be tied into one word. You know, I feel like they all basically kind of, I understand they have different meanings, but they all kind of just float around that same scope. And then love really isn't love. He said to like try to bring people up and make people feel happy. I guess you can say that's love. I kind of have a different definition for love, but I get what the man was trying to say. And then he goes on to talk about a toolbox that we all have. And this toolbox consists of 7 things as well. So the first is your register. So I can talk really low and seem really powerful like this. Or I can talk really high and fast and kind of have a different you might get a different perception of me if I'm talking like this the entire time. And you just want to find one that's perfect for you, because if I come on stage and talk like this, people are going to know that I'm being very fake. But I can deepen my voice maybe just a little bit so that people think, wow, he's a lot more powerful, he's a lot more alpha, going back to the video we just last watched. Timbre. So this is kind of funny and ironic, I find, because I've been sick for the past week and a half, basically, so my timbre is absolutely terrible. Timbre is just the quality of sound in your voice. So he talked about how you can get voice coaches to find a better timbre. Basically, this is just how clear, how rich does your voice sound. Prosody or prosody, I'm not really sure how you pronounce this. He kind of pronounced it differently twice, so I'm not sure. But change up your tone. I don't want to talk like this the entire time. That would be very boring if I did videos like this every time I made a video. So you want to try to change up your tone, you know. Throughout your talking, maybe you get a little bit quieter, maybe you get a little bit louder, maybe you change your pitch, maybe you change this, maybe you change that. It kind of talks, I wish he would have done prosody first, because it kind of talks about everything, it kind of encompasses everything he talked about, but I still understand what the man was saying. Pace. So I can talk about something really quick and make it seem really exciting to you. Or I can talk about something really slowly, and I'll really emphasize what I'm trying to say. Silence, he talks about. Pauses are great. He was saying that instead of saying or so when you forget what you're going to say, just be silent. Give the audience a second to kind of really register what you're saying and keep going. The other thing is, planned silence is also good. So maybe you're telling a joke, or maybe you just made a point that you really want to hammer into the people's head. Give it a little pause. Let the audience really think about what you're trying to say, and then continue. Your pitch, just like everything else, the pitch of your voice can create energy. And then your volume too. So volume, you can be really loud and be really excited, or if you talk really quiet, you can force someone to pay attention to you. And these are all the examples he used. I'm just kind of reiterating them. They're not really my examples. But I do agree with everything he said about the toolbox. Like I said, I think prosody kind of encompasses everything, but everything he talks about is perfect. I'm definitely going to use it in future public speech.